to request Dr. Mohammed El Khasmi, who will present the dromedary as a significant source of vitamin D because of the raising, rearing, moving, living in the desert areas, in the very source of the great source of the sun. So we can say that it is a great source of vitamin D. I would like to request Mohammed Khasmi, who is working as in the Physiopathology and Molecular Genetics Laboratory, bin M6, Faculty of Sciences, Hassan University of Casablanca, Morocco. Over to Dr. Mohammed El Khasmi.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee and the audience. The subject of our presentation will be about the dromedary camel is a significant source of vitamin D. Camel is acknowledged for its valuable role in food security in arid and semi-arid regions. Camels has a well-developed immune system and high resistance to a wide range of pathogens. Camel has a great adaptive potential to heat and harsh environment conditions. Camel milk and meat are in favor of the extension and promotion of its farming to help combat malnutrition and ensure the resilience of rural populations to the climate change. Camel meat has an unique composition, and in many cultures around the world, it's considered a functional food for cures and remedy for many diseases like cardiovascular ones. In fact, camel meat is rich in thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, carnosine, anserine, glutathione, omega-3, with low levels of cholesterol and high levels of essential amino acids, vitamins B6 and B12, and vitamin D. Concerning the vitamin D, in the world, the number of publications related to this topic has increased more and more during these last decades because hypovatic vitaminosis D presents a major global public health problem in the world. Intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphorus develops a good bone mineral density and prevention of many diseases such as immune deficiency, cardiovascular, immune diabetes, sarcopenia, neurodegenerative, and cancer diseases. Furthermore, cases of osteomalacia in llama and dromedary associated to very low serum vitamin D level were noted and were responsible for post-traumatic fractures. In addition, in North Africa, in camel, hypovitaminosis D was associated with hypophosphatemia, Kraft diseases, arthritis, periarticular exhaustion, musculoskeletal disorders, and paralysis. These alterations were corrected with vitamin D supplementation. In the work reported here, we analyzed total vitamin D in meat, liver, and adipose tissue of the hump in the dromedary camel slaughtered according to Islamic method in the slaughterhouse of Casablanca in Morocco. In dromedary camels, blood and meat, liver and home were sampled, then cold, conserved for 3 hours and 7 days post-mortem. In serum and tissues, total vitamin D was analyzed in duplicates in National Center for Energy, Nuclear Sciences and Techniques of Mamora in Morocco by radioimmunological assays. Our results showed that at the 3-hour postmortem, the level of total vitamin D are increasing high depending on the meaning of serum, muscle, liver, then home adipose tissue. There's the tissue levels of total vitamin D showed no significant differences no significant variation during cold storage for 1 week. A positive significant correlations between serum tissue levels of vitamin D between serum and tissue levels of vitamin D was observed. In the dromedary camel, the hump is the richest tissue in vitamin D. The vitamin D level in liver is higher than muscle. The camel could play a significant role in the dietary intake of vitamin D for populations in arid and semi-arid environments. In our previous study, we have found that mean values of pH, drip loss, and cooking loss in camel meat during aging were negatively correlated with the meat levels of vitamin D, suggesting an important role of this vitamin in modulating the quality of the camel meat. On the other hand, even if the vitamin D in the blood is 10 to 15 times higher in the camel compared to other domestic ruminants, in the camel meat, these levels showed no significant variations. In the dromedary camel, exogenous and endogenous vitamin D are hydroxylated in the liver and then in the kidney to form the most active metabolites called calcitriol or 1,25-dihydroxyvitamin D. This metabolite named calcitriol is able to stimulate mammary phosphocalcic transfer in lactating camels and intestinal phosphocalcic absorption in newborn camels. In this later, renal biosynthesis of calcitriol starts from the 7th postnatal day. So, as conclusion, we recommend a biofortification of the camel's diet with synthetic vitamin D to improve the vitamin D content of camel meat and milk and their quality and antioxidant status. Thank you very much for your attention.
What are the correlation between sunlight, vitamin D, and supplements?
Repeat, please.
what are the correlation between sunlight providing vitamin D and supplementation of vitamin D?
The major contents of vitamin D in the organism in man or animal depend the sunlight. The sunlight at the sky stimulates the transformation of cholesterol to provitamin D3, because there are two vitamins, vitamin D2 or ergocalciferol, origin, vegetal origin, and vitamin D3 or animal origin or biosynthesized in the sky. The provitamin D will be transported by blood to liver to be transformed by one hydroxylation at the carbon 1 to form the 25 hydroxyvitamin D3. This later will be transformed in kidney by second hydroxylation to form 25 dihydroxyvitamin D3 or calcitriol. This is the metabolites active which exerts his function on intestine, bone, and several other function extraskeletal. Now, we conclude that the major quantity, the major statue of vitamin D depend largely to sunlight.
Thank you, sir, so much. Any other questions from the viewers, please? Thank you, Dr. Mohammed El Khasmi, for your time and valuable comments. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.